Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for the season finale of House of the Dragon. Last episode, we spent most of our time with the Greens as they take over King's Landing, implant Aegon as the new king. And yeah, man, I can't wait to see how word gets out, especially after the display that we left on with Rhaenys interrupting the coronation with her freeing her dragon, busting out the keep there. And just making that a little, she could have ended it, the whole thing, like right then and there, man. Sadly, though, she did not. But yeah, taking off with her dragon and retreating to who knows where. I cannot wait to see how this unfolds, how Rhaenyra and Daemon respond to all of this happening so swiftly between when Rhaenyra left, that little conversation that her and Alicent had just before she left. She's like, hey, I'll be right back. You know, I'm just going to go take the kids home. I'll come back. We'll hang out. This is going to be a very different conversation now. Anyway, guys, with that said, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. It is in watch-along format. You just sync up your own footage with a time code, so my reaction to the entire episode. You also get the same thing for all the other shows we cover here on the channel. You get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, to try to make it worth your while since you are going out of way to support the channel. But of course, I know nobody can do that, and a simple way can help us out. It's just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does go a long way with helping the channel grow here on YouTube. So if you're new, if you're tuning in for the first time, or maybe you're a long-time lurker, we're almost at 40K. We'll definitely be covering Season 2 when that comes out. So if you enjoyed this reaction, I hope you stick around. But that all said and down the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into Episode 10, the season finale. Here we go. You know, one thing I really can't wait to see is how this opening changes when the war really gets going. Like, in the final run of this show, it's just gonna be blood.
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback. She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Okay. God, this is how they find out? That's gonna be fun.
Viserys is dead.
And that ain't all.
There is more. Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
Crowned him before the masses.
So that the masses would see him as their rightful king.
That whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have done more for it.
A war is like...
Baby's coming.
Oh, this is quite the day for that. Oh, great timing.
Whatever claim remains to me, you are now its heir. Naught is to be done but by my command.
Sea Snake's fever is broken and he has left even form.
Where is he sailing?
That much is unclear, my prince.
Wait, he's okay?
Lord Darkling, Massey.
Sea Snake's okay?
My mother has decreed no action be taken while she's abed.
Come with me. I'll show you the true meaning of loyalty. I'm grateful for your long service to the crown. So I'm presenting you with a choice.
Swear anew your oath to Rhaenyra as your queen, to Prince Viserys as the heir to the Iron Throne. If you support the usurper, speak it now. And you will have a clean and honorable death.
Goddamn.
Treachery. If you swear fealty now, only to later turn your cloaks,
Know that you will die. Screaming.
This is bringing us full circle to the first episode, man. Oh, she didn't die in childbirth or anything like that, but both with the loss of a child.
I mean no harm, brothers.
Oh, wow.
I swear to ward the Queen
Sick, I'm good. Dude, ooh. Dude, we never saw the table lit up like that. Or if we did, I blocked it out of my memory. Dude, I fucking love it. Holy shit.
Monsieur Grace, but talk of men is moot. Your cause owns a power that has not been seen in this world since the days of old Valyria. Dragons.
The Greens have dragons.
They have three adults. We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Melis. Your sons have Virmax, Arax, and Tyraxes. Baela has Moondancer.
Damon, none of our dragons have been to war.
There are also unclaimed dragons. Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound.
Ooh.
Still riderless. Then there are the 3 wild dragons, all of whom nest here.
And who is to ride them?
Dragonstone has 13 to their 4.
Dude, are we gonna go Pokemon hunting? Let's capture these dragons, man. Let's do it.
A sizable host. Here at Harrenhal, we cut off the west, surround King's Landing with the dragons, and we could have every greenhead mounted on spikes before the fucking moon turns.
Grace, our ship has been sighted offshore. A lone galleon flying a banner of a 3-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers, sight the skies.
Ooh. Looky who it is. Looks like we've met at this bridge once before.
I've been directed to deliver her message only to Princess Rhaenyra. Where is the princess?
And just like before, here she is. God damn it, man, I'm loving it. Oh. It's like poetry, man, it rhymes. Different franchise, same rules. I'll take it, man.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other. No blood need be spilled. The realm can carry on in peace. Queen Alicent eagerly awaits your answer.
She can have her answer now.
Here's the page she took from their book.
Let's end this mummer's farce. Sir Eric, bring me Lord Hightower so I may take the pleasure myself.
No. King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
This could, I mean, she has been reluctant to this whole thing. This could be her out. But we know what comes. It's not going to be that easy.
You know my oath reaches beyond our personal ambitions. A song of ice and fire.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The coming war against the darkness in the north, the conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named to me heir.
Hello.
My brother was a slave to his omens and portents. Anything to make his feckless reign appear to have purpose. Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
I never told you. Did you?
God.
I've had men whipped for falling asleep on their watch. Our pursuit of the Iron Throne is at an end.
Well, about that. Got a choice to make.
We shall declare for no one. We will retire to high tide to be content with our grandchildren.
Jace, Luke, and Job are claimants to the throne.
Not gonna happen. That's not how that works.
Those boys will not be safe so long as Aegon is king.
Rhaenyra was complicit in our son's death. That girl destroys everything she touches.
That girl is holding the realm together at present. Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war. Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
trying to fulfill the mission left to her by her father.
Where is Daemon?
There were other concerns which demanded the prince's attention.
He's sleeping on the couch right now after last night.
Your declared allies?
Yes.
Too few to win a war for the throne.
Well, we would also hope to have the support of houses Arryn, Baratheon, and Stark. All of them swore oaths to me.
As did House Hightower, if I remember.
As did you, Lord Corlys.
Our houses are bound by common blood and common cause. This Hightower treason cannot stand. You have the full support of our fleet and house. Your Grace.
Damn. I'm loving this, dude.
The consequence of my near demise in the Stepstones is that we now control them. I took care to fully garrison the territory this time. A total blockade of the shipping lanes will be in place in days, if not already.
Oh, fuck.
The narrow sea is ours.
Hot damn.
We can cut off all seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing.
I should take Naelise and patrol the gullet myself.
If we're to have enough swords to surround King's Landing, we must first secure the support of Winterfell, the Eyrie, and Storm's End.
I'll prepare the ravens, Your Grace.
We should bear those messages. Dragons can fly faster than ravens. And more convincing. Send us.
Dude. Dude.
Very well. Prince Jacaerys will fly north.
This music in this episode, I'm loving it too. Ooh. Who's this? Interesting. Interesting. Very curious. Is he collecting the rogue dragons? I don't feel right about this. Something feels off. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Fucking one-eyed angel's already here, isn't he? Yep. God damn it.
Did you really think that you could just fly about the realm, trying to steal my brother's throne at no cost?
I will not fight you.
Fight would be little challenge. No. I want you to put out your eye.
Ooh, whoa, whoa, what in the world?
It's payment for mine.
Not here. Give me your eye, or I will take it, boss. Not in my hall. The boy came as an envoy. I'll not have blood shed beneath my roof. Take Prince Lucerys back to his dragon.
Dude, I'm so fucking nervous. Dude, I think Vhagar is going to fucking eat him. And his baby-ass dragon. Dude, this big-ass motherfucker is going to just come out of this lightning and storm and shadow and just... Oh, God. Oh, no. Look ahead, look ahead, look ahead. God damn. It could come from anywhere. Oh, no. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Oh, man. Play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. You should be quicker and more nimble. You're tiny. Pay attention, though. God, it makes me nervous anytime he looks back and not in front of him. Oh! I don't like the silence. I just needed them to get the fuck out of here, dude. No! You dirty motherfucker. Like, he doesn't have control of this thing, man. That was pure instinctual reaction from the dragon. From being swatted at. All the same, he was playing his games. Trying to poke a fight and prod. Toy with his food, lost control of the situation, and fucking tripped off this war. God damn it, man. This episode was so fucking good. Oh, the way it both visually and narratively mirrored like the first few episodes of the show, primarily the era pre-time skip, like these moments that connected and threaded and paralleled all these different moments and echoes from the first few episodes we saw, from the meeting with Otto and Daemon and Rhaenyra's interruption on the bridge to Dragonstone, to the book that Alicent used to read to her as they studied under the tree. All these things, the loss of the child, the funeral of the unborn, all of that, these echoes. It was so good. On top of that, the music, I don't know, something about this episode was just so like hypnotic and ethereal. I don't know, something about the music in this episode just kind of was the setting, the mood, and the escalation, like it felt like the music was a culmination of everything that's been going on so far. I don't know, man. Everything about this, from the cinematography, the performances, the pace, was all about the culmination of everything this season's been building towards. And it was so well done. And just kind of showing and paralleling Viserys and Rhaenyra's stance, and how Rhaenyra's handling things versus the Greens, Alicent, Otto, whatever. Her approach. She's thinking about the realm. She's thinking about the duty that Viserys gave her, and whether or not to achieve that, does she need to be queen? So right now, before blood spills, she's trying to analyze the situation, take in every step of the way to see what is best for maintaining balance in the realm. If there can be minute bloodshed spilled, then that's the route we need to take, not this bloodthirsty approach that Daemon wants to go and do and rout off. But at the same time, she's counting her eggs to try to make sure that she's not getting ahead of herself. The whole thing with Rhaenys and the way she's subtly observing every decision and behavior that Rhaenyra is making throughout the episode, so that she can kind of say her piece and see her stance, like take in exactly what is going on and happening here. because through Rhaenyra, she's also kind of vindicating herself, what she lost, what she never got to do, and seeing Rhaenyra stand firm and hold the realm together, at least these people together, in a way that's respectable, regardless of what they believe or think may have happened with their son or their house up until this point, and then Corlys siding with her in the end as well. And yeah, man, Luke was just, he was such a soft kid, man. I was like thinking along this way, and I was like, either one of two things are going to happen to him. Either he's going to fall prey to this world, this war and all of this real quick, or he's going to kind of be transformed by it. So that's the two outcomes I was kind of foreseeing with his character. I thought he was either going to be snuffed out because he was just too kind and soft for the world, because that's usually what happens, or that softness would be abraded away until he is unrecognizably changed into some manifestation of the war itself, corrupted by it, whatever. That's the kind of ways I was seeing that going. And the moment he was sent off, the moment we followed him off as he trailed away from the other dragons into the clouds, into the darkness, this isn't going to go well. And then fucking Sephiroth was over there hanging out, snaking around already with Vhagar and the stubborn-ass Baratheon, man. Oaths be damned. Oaths be damned. Was like, give me a handout as well. I'm really curious to see how Jacaerys handles the news and how that... I really want to see the interaction with the Starks, even though we've heard what happens with that. I love seeing like the way Rhaenyra's grown and evolved as a character to what she values, what she's like stands behind. The performances were just so good in this. And then Daemon let us know, you know, we have the numbers and dragons right now, but there are many more that are scattered to the winds, that are unclaimed, that we know of, that we got to rein in before the other side gets them. You know, it's kind of like a quest to gather the tailed beasts before the other nations grab a hold of them. So that one dragon that he went down into that tunnel and was singing to, which is a beautiful scene. Like anytime Daemon speaks or has any kind of scene where he's primarily in High Valyrian, seems like that's where he's the most comfortable. That's like the real Daemon in the way that like the secret conversations he and Rhaenyra would have. Those were the most honest you'd get from him. And I like that that's the way that he like greets this new dragon, which I assume is a new one. It looked different than any of the ones that we've seen before. It definitely wasn't his, but he was able to find and goad that one in. And I'm curious to see if that's, you know, he's bringing it on their calls, or he's such a wild card. He, like Aemond, they are both beings that act on impulse and emotion. And that's what led this situation to just completely fall apart. Like, I don't think Aemond actually intended to kill him, but he did want that debt. He did want that eye. He did want something back from that. He wants some type of vengeance or his own justice to be taken out. But as we saw, both Luke and him both lost control of their dragons. We saw Luke say, "No, serve me, Arax." And he turned back. He shot fire at Vhagar and caused him to lose control of Vhagar. And Vhagar did not take that lightly and just chomped that thing in half, man. Into pieces. So fucked up, man. But it was such a tense scene. The clouds, the storm, and we've seen Vhagar in storms before, just disappearing into them. And it's just, they came out of nowhere. And you never know which direction it was going to come from. And then, just right then and there, man. Told you it was going to be the kids. It was going to be the kids that are the biggest problems with that, because they've learned all of the wrong lessons. You know, Luke didn't. Luke stood by what he said. He didn't fight. He was there as a messenger. He didn't get goaded into anything, though he almost did. But Jace seems very ready to fight any chance he might get to stand up and show them what's what. Had he been sent there, I think they definitely would have ended in a scuffle. Aemond is just a loose cannon. I'm really curious to see this explode and how this kind of falls into place in the coming seasons, man. This was a wild ride. This season was so good. The performances were so strong from everybody across the board. And sometimes, you know, the story was a little choppy here and there with the time skips, but I felt like they did such a great job at catching us up that it always smoothed out those transitions. Like, there was a lot of things that clearly happened in the in-between anytime we had one of those time skips, but you know, the way the performances and the writing carried everything forward just kept us on course, on beat. You know, didn't waste a breath on things we didn't need to know for what was coming and what is to come. This show really did a fucking great job getting us back into this world, getting us invested in the drama of it all over again, regardless of how we know what happens in the end, where things go, the future of Westeros or whatever, that it had us grounded in the here and the now and the stakes in front of our eyes, and it got us on board with these characters we are just now meeting. And there's so many. And unlike with Game of Thrones, you know, we were in a lot of, I mean, the locations were very limited. I think Driftmark and King's Landing and Dragonstone were the only places we ever hopped around to, but we stayed with a lot of familiar faces that we were introduced to all at King's Landing before everybody started kind of scattering to the winds throughout the season. Whereas Game of Thrones, you know, we had so many people, so many places to get to know so quick. So it was always keeping us on our toes. It was always full of this energy going back and forth. While this one, it did all of those things, but with less, if that makes sense. At least I'm comparing like the first seasons. The writers on this, the showrunners on this right now, they did a really bang out job. And the actresses, especially considering a lot of these characters, especially the younger ones, we just cycled through a lot of people as they aged through their characters. And I think they all did a really good job. And especially between, you know, Alicent and Rhaenyra's transitions, both as kids and to their adult counterparts, have been phenomenal. Matt Smith has done fantastic. Paddy was phenomenal as Viserys, man, and I definitely missed him already. His air, his performance in general was so strong. Despite being on the fence about this coming into it, man, I am lost in the Kool-Aid on it right now, dude. I really am. But guys, that's it for season 1. I'm not sure when we'll get season 2, but we will definitely be reacting to it. So guys, stay tuned, stick around, and I want to know your thoughts on this finale, where you stand, how you feel about everything that transpired. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that in my social description box below. Follow me in each and every one of those. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Banny Sherritt, Philly Vane, Yori Scott, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Aguiano, Raven McCann, Status Alive, Jeffrey Hale, and M. Sephiroth. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this season, guys. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, or at least I'll see you in the next season. Take care, everybody.